Hey everyone, it's the Budgeting Bliss Mama here. I do have quite a few new subscribers, so I do just want to say welcome, and I do want to introduce myself and let you know that I am a 20-something-year-old mom of one who has decided to share my personal journey into budgeting and my own financial experiences. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So today, I do want to start off by reconciling some accounts. I did get paid my last paycheck of September. This is number 4. It was $1,228.84. So we are going to start off by going to my checking account. All right, so the only thing in my checking account that I need to approve is my paycheck. So we're going to go ahead and approve this transaction. And then let me just double check my balance and make sure that that's correct. Yes, that is correct. There is currently a working balance of $3,189.18 in my checking account. So the next thing that I'm going to go over to is to my Discover credit card, which is where I have bills. So So I did just make the payment to pay off the credit card before the statement date, which I usually just like to pay everything off by the due date so I don't have to worry about that. But I do see here that I do have a pending transaction for Apple, which is $2.99. So my statement does close tonight, so I don't really have to worry about any of that at the moment because the transaction is most likely going to clear after my statement is already closed and reported. So it'll look like I'll have a $0 balance. Then we're going to go over to Amazon, which I have bought quite a few things from Amazon because I've been going through a car situation. I did just recently purchase a new car and it has a bug problem. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm highly afraid of this type of bug. So yeah, so I've already spent over $50 on this, and then I did just make another purchase. Let me just make sure this is correct. Yeah, so I did just make another purchase of $23.60. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add that transaction. And honestly, where did I put the other ones? Yeah, I put it in my shopping/personal. And then that was a total of $23.60. But I did accidentally buy 2. So I have to return one. So I should be receiving like $11 back once I go and return it. But I haven't done that yet. So whatever. So this is correct. I do have a balance of $232.34. And so I do have this payment ready. And then now we've unfortunately overspent. So I'll fix that in a few. We're going to go over to my Capital One, and this is the card that I use for my everyday spending. Let's just go ahead and look at what the current working balance is. I did buy a couple of things in the last few days, and it doesn't look like they imported over, so I might have to enter those transactions myself. Let's see, because it shows that, yes, I do have a current balance of $1,158.99, but I do have 2 payments that are currently pending. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add these transactions. So I did that on the 24th. This was CVS. And then this is going to go, I bought some diapers and wipes. So we're just going to make a memo that says diapers and wipes. just so I know what I am doing. All right, and that was $24.75. So we're gonna save that. And then we are going to add another transaction. Which was for crumble cookie. Lately, I've had an obsession with crumble cookie, and I'm not supposed to be spending this money, but here we are. All right, save. So perfect. So these two aren't cleared at the moment, so that's correct. Now we're gonna go ahead and reconcile. All right, we're gonna go back over to Amazon, and we're gonna reconcile this as well. No, so hold on. Yeah, because some of these are showing that they're not cleared, so we need to clear these. Yeah, actually everything's in here cleared, so yeah. So now we can reconcile, and yes, this is correct. Perfect. And then we're gonna go back over to my checking account, and we're gonna reconcile this as well. Your balances are off. That did clear, so let's go ahead and reconcile that. That's fine. All right, perfect. So we are done with that. And we're gonna go ahead and go over to my budget, and we're gonna start with those two overspent categories. So I am going to, let's actually go back to my budget and look at everything first and see where I can take this money from. And I'm most likely going to take it from gas, because like I said, I'm having that bug problem, so I haven't really been driving my car. So this $63.94 is more than enough, because I still have a full tank of gas because I haven't been driving my car for like a week now. So I'm going to take it from here, since technically it's like a car / bug problem. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna cover overspending from gas. Okay, perfect. And then let's go back in here, and do I want to take this also from there? Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna take it from my grocery fund, because that's what I usually do when I overspend on food. I take it from my grocery fund. So yeah. So we can do that. All right, perfect. So we now have 0 overspent categories. Now, actually, we're gonna undo these. Actually, what we're going to do is, because I do have money in my, yeah, I'm not gonna take any money from my categories. That's not what I want to do. And I'm showing you the real, you guys, the real and the raw, okay? I do this all the time. Like, I'm like, wait, that's not what I want to do. So I'm showing you guys the real and the raw. So I do have a 1 month ahead category that currently has $794.81. So I'm most likely going to take it from there. But what I need to do is, let me just make a note that it's $794.81. I'm going to take the money from my 1 month ahead category to cover that. I think that's best practice, because this is money just sitting in here. So we're gonna cover that overspending with my 1 month ahead category. Okay, perfect. So this is This is good. This is what I want. All right, perfect. So now, what we're going to do is, let's see. I don't have any underfunded categories in the month of September. And I do get paid again. Let's look at my calendar. I do get paid again next week, Thursday or Friday. Next week, Thursday, because my paycheck comes early. Or so I get paid again on the 3rd. Today is the 25th, technically the 26th, because it's past midnight right now that I'm budgeting. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to first budget my paycheck into the month of October. So in a previous video, I did show I had a 3 to 6 month expenses category, and I was basically saying how I didn't know what I wanted to call it because 3 to 6 months just seemed so basic. So I put $200 in there from my last paycheck, and fortunately for me, because I did let someone borrow money, they borrowed $1,000 from me. What I did with that $1,000 is I funded the rest of my categories for September, which is why I don't have any more underfunded. And then I put the rest of the money into my October 1 month ahead. So this is what this extra money is. So it's an extra $554.23. It was a little bit more, but I did do some overspending, so we had to cover it with this. So what I decided to do is I want to have a goal of 1 month ahead first, and then I will worry about the 2 to 3 months and so on worth of expenses. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna budget my paycheck of $1,228.84 into the month of October. While I'm doing this, I am putting all other quote unquote saving challenges to the side. So I'm going to start with kiddo, and we're going to add $25. What I'm going to do is I'm most likely going to fund half of these categories. I'm going to go over to home, and I'm going to put $200 in here. And then for toiletries, I'm going to be putting $60. I usually only budget $50 for toiletries, but I do have a couple of things I want to buy. And so I made a target of $120. And I want to buy a new trash can because the one that we currently have is kind of yuck. And then I do also want to buy, what is it? A broom, a new broom. I'm like, let's just add an extra $70 to the budget. So that I can buy those things. We're done with toiletries, and we're actually going to go into my variable expenses. Honestly, I don't need anything for gas right now, but it does say 100 more needed this month, and I still have kind of trouble with my targets. So usually it's like $100, but honestly, I don't spend $100 on gas in a month. Let's save this target real quick. And let's go back to September and look at what I spent in September. See, I only filled up my gas tank one time this month, and that was $36.06. So I really feel like the $80 is, I'm sorry, the $100 is a lot. So we're gonna fill up to $80 and save that target. So moving on to the next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and add that $40 to gas. And then we're gonna go over to giving, and for sisters, I'm gonna add $25. Tips will get $10. And actually, I'm gonna add another $1 so that it's $20 because 19 would have bothered me for sure. And then for gifts, we're gonna put $15. All right, so I think that's all for my giving category. And then we're gonna go over to for fun, and we're gonna add $60 since the goal is $120. I did spend, let's see how much we spent last month. Yeah, we spent about 160. So I'm gonna try to stay at the 120 target. For entertainment, we're gonna add $25. For shopping and personal, we'll do $100. For miscellaneous, that'll get $25. Okay. All right, so this looks good. Now we're gonna go over to my fixed expenses. And for fixed expenses, we're gonna finish with rent. I'm gonna finish adding the rest of the rent, which is $225 for a total of $450. So we're good for next month. I am working on getting rid of my storage space. I know, because I really do want to get rid of it. I'm going to add, we're gonna go to add $200 to the partner, so I don't have to worry about that for the next 2 weeks, because typically since I get paid weekly, I add $100 every week, but this is gonna cover me for the next 2 weeks, so that when my first paycheck of October actually comes, I'll be able to fully fund majority of my bills. So we're gonna do $200 for partner, and then kiddo, there's already $80 in there, and that $80 was supposed to be for this week, but we've kept him out of daycare this week because he's been sick. So I have an extra, quote unquote, it's not really an extra $80, but I'm gonna go ahead and only add $80. So this will cover me for the next 2 weeks. All right, so this looks good. So actually what I'm gonna do is we're gonna fund one of my sinking fund categories, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put $125 in here for Christmas. All right, so that looks good. And then I have a remaining $12.84, which now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here and we're gonna move this $754.23. We're gonna add it here, and we're gonna also, yeah, that's not what I meant to do, because this is gonna mess everything up. So actually, let's put this back in here. Y'all, I'm still trying to work the kinks out with YNAB, okay? Okay, so we're gonna take it out of here. So what I'm going to fund is, let's see, let's go to my fixed expenses. For my car note for the next 2 weeks, because that does also come out every week, we're gonna assign $296.04. All right, so this will be for the next 2 weeks as well. And then I do think I want to go ahead and also just get this other sinking fund out the way. I'm gonna put new apartment on pause because it has $400 in there, and I'm not moving anytime soon, so that $400 is fine there. I'm just looking at my categories. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, because my October 1st paycheck, yeah, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also fund the last 2 weeks of daycare as well. That'll be $160. All right, perfect. So that means that my portion of daycare is covered for the month. Now I was trying to see if I could snooze it, but probably not. And then I'm gonna add the rest of, I'm gonna put the other $200 for the last 2 weeks of October as well into here. So now it's $400. And then with the 3103, I'm gonna go ahead and fund these categories. So Team 11. And then we're just gonna add the rest of it into the gym membership, which my gym membership isn't typically that much. It's only like $16 and some change, but I did switch gyms, so they have like an annual fee of 50 something dollars. So I have to pay that this month as well. So I know this video was kind of chaotic and all over the place, but I have officially assigned all money. I have started my 1 month ahead, which I'm super proud of. So that means with the second paycheck, that means with the first paycheck of October that I receive, I should be able to just about fund everything else for the month. So then the remaining paychecks are going to start going towards November. So we're well on the way to getting 1 month ahead. Looks like this goal is going to be reached soon before I know it. I hope you guys enjoyed this chaotic video. This is how my brain works on a day. But yeah, so I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you. Bye.